right, John, we've been talking about the cloudy skies
Yep.
today. Tell me we're going to have some rain because we
Well,
do need it.
it's possible, but there are a few locations across the state that are at least already starting to see rain, so that is some good news.
That
Here's
is
a
good
look.
news.
Yeah, it is. Here's a look at Cloudcroft, where things were pretty quiet about 3 hours ago, but we put this into motion. You can see the clouds really start to fill in the skies, and we start to see the roads actually get a little wet. Now, things are starting to dry out once again, but we still have a few showers going down in the Sacramento Mountains. Also seeing a few of those showers along the spine of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains, and even got a couple of spot showers from the Gila up into the West Central Mountains as well. And we're going to see this activity fill in at least a little bit this afternoon, but the higher terrain will continue to be favored through the afternoon hours. Not out of the question we could see a quick shower and find its way through the Albuquerque metro area, but chances just not great for the Albuquerque metro area this afternoon. 85 degrees the current temperature, a variable wind at 3 miles per hour. Temperatures across the north into the 80s, already into the 90s across the northeastern corner of the state. Clayton at 94 degrees, Tucumcari already up in 97, and we're also looking at the 90s across much of the south as well. 92 in Roswell, 96 in Carlsbad, 90 in TRC, and 91 for Deming and Alamogordo. Now, the reason we're going to have a tough time getting the storms to continue to develop throughout the afternoon is it's fairly dry out there. Relative humidity is in the teens and 20s. Whereas last week we were looking at them into the 40s, 50s, and even 60s for a few locations. So we are a little bit drier than we were last week, but we are going to try to work a little bit of moisture underneath a ridge of high pressure, which is sitting on top of the state. And you can see that a little bit with the satellite and radar across the western portion of the state, trying to get a little bit of that southerly moisture tap around the periphery of the high. But it is not a great setup for us, as the high we'd rather have it much farther to our east in Texas, and right now it's basically sitting over the state. So we're not into a great moisture tap, but just enough to get a few of those showers and storms going throughout the afternoon. Otherwise, if you're not under one of those showers, it is going to be hot this afternoon. You can already see that with some of those current temperatures. Tomorrow, much of a similar story. That high doesn't budge much. We'll still see a few spot storms, mainly over the higher terrain, but it will continue to be hot, and it looks like that's going to be the case through the middle and even latter part of the week as well. We will have the opportunity to try to get a little bit more moisture in here, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen until later on into the weekend, mainly Sunday night and into Monday. We could get a cold front to sweep across the state, giving us another dose of moisture, but until that happens, things are going to be relatively dry across the state with temperatures on the hot side. Southern Colorado highs today into the low to mid 80s with partly sunny skies. Could see a spot storm mainly over the San Juan Mountains, and then we'll have better chances of maybe picking up a couple of those showers Wednesday into Thursday, but still remaining hot throughout a good portion of the week. Over the northwest, mostly sunny with a spot storm possible this afternoon. Highs today into the upper 80s to low 90s, mid 90s in Farmington through midweek. Perhaps a better shot at getting a couple of showers on Thursday before drying out once again toward the weekend. Over the southwest, partly sunny skies, chance at a storm, but the bigger story is definitely going to be the heat. Highs in the upper 90s to near 100 degrees, breaking the century mark in Alamogordo and Deming this afternoon. We'll have that chance at getting a few of those showers, mainly over the Gila, throughout a good portion of the work week. But if you're outside of the Gila, chance is not looking great. Southeast, similar story here. If you're in the Sacramento Mountains, you'll have a shot at getting a couple of storms through the next couple of days. But outside of the Sacramento Mountains, it's going to be hot. Highs in the upper 90s to low hundreds, and that remains the case throughout a good portion of the week. Over the northeast, partly sunny skies. Could see a few scattered showers and storms rolling off the Sangre de Cristo Mountains later on this afternoon. That'll be the case again tomorrow before we dry out a little bit more for Wednesday and Thursday. Over the northern mountains, we'll continue with a good chance at seeing some of those showers and storms develop along the mountain chain through at least Wednesday, and then we dry out a little bit more toward the upcoming weekend. Over the east mountains, partly sunny skies, chance at a couple of storms this afternoon. In the metro, we could see a passing spot storm, but we're going to be more dry than wet this afternoon, and we'll continue with the warm temperatures and the meager storm chances through the middle and latter part of the work week as temperatures continue to boost. We are up to the upper 90s by the end of the week, 97 by Friday, so
wow,
it's definitely going to be hot.
All right, thanks so much, John.